Similarly, if we want to give answer to this question, that what is the relationship between del P over del X and diameter of the pipe. For that, we need to have pipe of different diameter, and we have to conduct experiment keeping density, viscosity and velocity as constant. So, we have a second plot. So, we have to conduct another experiment. For that, we need to calculate or measure, we need to measure del P over del X, which can be measured very easily in the lab, but we need to change the diameter of the pipe. So, we must have large number of pipes having different diameter and conduct this experiment keeping other parameters fixed like rho and viscosity and velocity constant, and then we can say that corresponding to this diameter of the pipe, what is del P over del X, we can find out, right. Then if we want to give answer to this question, that what is del P over del X for different rho, right. For that, we must have large number of fluid having different density, and we make them flow through the pipe and find out del P over del X for different rho on this axis, del P over del X on y axis, and draw this line. And then we can give answer that for this density, suppose we want to give answer to this question, that what is the del P over del X for this density, then corresponding to this point find out horizontal, draw horizontal line and find out corresponding del P over del X, keeping other variable fixed like diameter, viscosity and velocity constant. Now, if we want to give answer to this question, that what is del P over del X for different viscosity, for that also we must have different fluid having different viscosity, and then conduct experiment and find out this relationship with the help of the graph, that what is the del P over del X for different viscosity, right. With the help of this graph we can answer this question. So, for giving this simple answers to find out del P over del X for different velocity, for different diameter of the pipe, for different density, for different viscosity, we need to conduct large number of experiment, then we can give answer to this question, right. Now, instead of doing the experimentation in this manner, what we do? We conduct experiment by simply bearing the velocity v, velocity in a pipe, and we define these two parameters rho v d divided by mu, and here this is again another dimensionless number del P divided by rho v square into d over delta x. This is another dimensionless number. So, here we have velocity, here also we have velocity, and simply by changing the velocity we are changing this rho v d divided by mu, rho v d divided by mu is changed. By changing simple one variable out of these four, we will change this whole variable, independent variable, which is merged here, and this is known as Reynolds number. We have already learned about Reynolds number. So, by changing velocity we will get different points at different velocity, measure this del P, and by measuring this del P we can change this whole term, right. So, in this manner we can conduct the experiment and we will get these points, join these points. So, with the help of this simple experiment, so instead of conducting these four experiments, we conduct simple one experiment in which we are changing only velocity, and with the help of that we are changing these two terms, Reynolds number, which is rho v d divided by mu, and del P over rho v square into d over delta x. Now, with the help of this simple experiment we can give answer to those questions which we have given earlier by conducting those four experiments. if we want to know that at a given velocity, given density, given viscosity, given diameter, what is the corresponding del P over del X, right. So, substitute in this equation rho V d divided by mu, find out that number, Reynolds number. So, let us say it is like this, and corresponding to this point, go in a perpendicular direction, locate this point, and corresponding to this point find out the corresponding value of del P over rho V square into d over delta x. Now, we know diameter, we know rho, we know V square, we can find out del P over del x. Similarly, if we have a diameter, different diameter, or different viscosity, or different density, substitute here, get this Reynolds number, find out the corresponding value of this term through this graph, and calculate del P over delta x. So, in this manner we can appreciate the importance of dimensionless numbers. So, let me summarize what we have done to understand the importance of dimensionless numbers. If we want to give answer to this question, that what is the pressure loss between 2 points in a pipe flow, and this phenomena is function of these variables del P over del X, diameter, density, viscosity, and the velocity. For this, either we have to conduct these 4 set of experiments to give answer to this question, that what is the del P over del X if fluid of this density, this diameter, this viscosity is flowing through this pipe. Then we need to conduct these 4 experiments, and then we can give answer to this question. Now, instead of doing in this manner, if we merge these independent variables involved in physical phenomena, what are the independent variables? Del P, del X, d, rho, mu, v. If we merge them into the independent dimensionless number, which is like this, del P over, these are dimensionless number, del P over rho V square d over delta x is function of Reynolds number, right. So, we have merged these independent variables into these 2 dimensionless numbers, and simply by changing the velocity v, we are changing the Reynolds number, we are changing this number also, and we can conduct the experiment simply by changing the velocity, and now we can give answer to questions with the help of this simple one experiment, right.